Hey up guys, how we doing? You alright? So I'm the Autistic Biker, alright, real name Nick from Sheffield. So this is my YouTube channel, and I just thought I'd put another video together for you all to just enjoy, and it's always going to be on here so you can just keep on, looking back and looking back basically, just keep on watching it for as long as you want. So yeah, just thought I'd put another video together. So please, just before I go any further, I just want to say that if you haven't already done so, please just feel free to subscribe to this channel just by hitting that subscribe button. And you don't have to, but feel free as well to just consider hitting that notification bell at the side of it. So every time you upload a new video, you get a notification. Self-explanatory, really. Also as well, feel free, please, if you do like the nature and the content and the topic, the discussion of this video, alright, please feel free to leave a like and comment, just saying whatever you want to say. Ask me whatever you want to ask me. It's absolutely, just completely up to you. So basically, so this video, I thought I'd basically explain and describe to you all what goes through my head whilst riding, okay? So whilst I'm on the road, on my motorcycle, my motorbike, what do I think? What goes through my head whilst I'm riding? What do I think, but also what do I feel? Not just think, but think and feel, And let's see if any of you can actually relate to this. You might be like, Yannick, the autistic biker. I know what you mean. I feel the same, I think the same, or you might not. So, like I said, feel free to leave a like, comment, say anything you want, ask me anything. I really appreciate it. I'll always have time for you, you know that. Always have time for my viewers and supporters, always. So, well, what goes through my head then, alright, whilst I'm riding? Well, basically, it's as simple as this, isn't it, for me? It all depends what I see. So depending on what I see, then it sort of like sparks or ignites something in my head, in my brain, if that makes sense, For my train of thought to then go off onto a train of thought, that's the point. And then for me to think about this and think about that and X, Y, Z. So basically, it all depends what I see. So basically, here are just some like examples. So, but knowing me, I've probably missed about when I give you these two examples, I bet I've probably missed about even 9 or 10 other things out. But then the video would just go on for ages and ages and ages. Do you know what I mean? But really getting on track. So yeah, it all depends what I see. So if I'm seeing houses and homes, houses/homes. So especially if I'm riding through like countrysides and I'm seeing all sort of like non-council owned, sort of like all your boat dam outright posh houses, posh estate areas. If I'm riding through like basically some parts of like your Derbyshire, your Matlock, your Bakewell, and places like that, and even other very posh, nice, rich, expensive areas in UK, in the whole entire of UK and England and stuff like that. So I'd look at houses, and then what I think is, oh God, I'd love to live there. So that's what I think as my very, very first initial thought. But then I feel after I think that, right? I feel after I think that, I feel like a sense of, oh God, what's the word I'm looking for? I do feel a sense of like peace, as in like inner peace and tranquility, and sort of like you'll never have to really worry about not anything completely entirely, but you won't have to worry about nowhere near as much things as you would to do with your current financial life situation right now, So yeah, I look at an house, that's what I think, and then that's what I feel. So, but then I ask the question, what would I do to alter house? So then what I do is I start and see potential on house, yeah? So for example, an extension. So I'll be riding past and I'll be like, oh God, I'd have an extension built there at side of house. This is just like as a rough hypothetical example, do you know what I mean? I'd love to have an extension built there at side of house. Or I'd have a conservatory built there at back of house. And then if I'm riding past the house, but then the road might bend to left or to right, but then with the bend I might end up having to go like to the back of the house, to see a back, to see a bit at back of house. And then I'd be thinking, oh God, look at that big, massive, beefy, thick, quality tree. So then straight away, my head goes treehouse. You know, I'd love to have built a treehouse there, or even a tree den, or a house up a tree. You know, but then what type of wood would I make it out of? What colour would I paint it, if any? How big would I make it? What would the layout be inside the treehouse or the tree den? And stuff like that. But then I'd feel excited. That's the feeling that would come with a treehouse feeling, a tree den, ambitious feeling. I'd feel very ambitious, but also very excited to sort of like take on a project for yourself. Do you know what I mean? Even though I'm absolutely useless and pathetic at DIY, woodworks, metalworks, anything like that. Yeah, between me and you guys, well, no, between me and like the entire world, because this is YouTube, innit? But I'd whenever I'd have an idea, I'd just end up paying someone, only because I'm useless at that sort of thing. But hey ho, I'll just say this is what I want, blah de blah, etc. XYZ, and then I'd see like potential for a pool, on a garden, on front garden or back at garden, and I'd think I'd have a pool there, or I'd have a pond with some fish in. But then I'd ask myself, well, what type of fish? How big would pond be? And I'd feel just like filling your head, it does fill my head with so much ambition, like that. That's what it does to me, and then I get excited. Do you know what I mean? And then I want to go to the toilet, if you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? But I do. But that's me. So yeah. Or I'll see a workspace, a work area potential for like a shed. I'd build a shed. Well, I won't build a shed, but yet again, I'd pay someone to build one for me. And then I'd just get really creative in my head. But then, as for a shed, I'd think, but what would I kit it out to be? What would I put in there? What would I not put in there? What would I want my shed to actually be inside or look like? And also, what paint would I paint it? What, yet again, what type of wood would you have it made out of? And what type of wood would you order? And, and you can have all these outside the box, crazy great things, and ideas. And it's, I just always feel very ambitious and optimistic. I really do. Oh, I drove past quite a couple of very expensive posh, like at least 2 bedroom, if not 3 bedroom flats before, or especially even houses. And there's been a balcony on the house before, on the side, or whether if I've seen it on the front or on the back of the house before. And I'm driving past, and my thought straight away is, imagine this and imagine that. So basically, not so much like money, as in what you'd have done, like an extension, a conservatory, a shed, a pond, a pool, whatever. But also, it's just about also sitting back, laying back, putting your feet up, and just saying, not just I'd have this done and have that done. I'd have this built and that built. But it's also just about saying as well, right, with no money intended, no money intentionally motivated at all. It's all about just saying, actually, what would I do there on a regular day-to-day or a regular week-to-week basis? What would I do there? What activity would I be doing there? What would I like to do in that space, in that room, in that, and yeah, that's it. So going back on track, there's been a balcony before, a balcony or two that I've seen. So I'd think every morning no matter what the weather is like, despite the weather, even if it's chucking it down, even snowing, even freezing, I'd love to come out every morning, get some fresh, crisp, clean air into lungs, up through nasal passages, through nose, and then I'd love to just sit down at a table and chair that I'd have on my balcony, and I'd love to just drink a coffee, either watching horses or pigs or cows, if I've got a farm, live on a farm, or a farmer's at side of me with a bit of land. Maybe even pick up some binoculars and look at some animals through binoculars, or even if it's on front, even just watching even traffic go by, having a coffee, and it it just it just gives me like a sense of hope, a sense of hope and a sense of faith, you know, and a sense of sort of like real positive vibes, so much optimism and ambition, Or then I'd see like a field, I'm riding past and I'm seeing like a field, and then I'm thinking to myself in my head that'd be perfect for camping. So then that'd just give me an idea, That'd be perfect for camping for headspace, and also just to strengthen your mental health. So you've got much more better inner peace of mind. It'd strengthen your immune system as well, also psychologically, and that's what it does because I'm living proof of that. I know that it does, and then it'd make you want to go and buy a tent if you haven't already got one, and take some food with you and drink some food and drink, and it's just about and a torch as well, torch, food, drink, tent, and then just pitching out, you know what I mean, just pitching a tent, and then it's just having that silence and that tranquility in dead at night to just have some to just go on a proper soul search and just relax and everything. Do you know what I mean? Of course, like with your car, like not that, not being that far away, but you know, hey ho. And also as well, yeah, there's actually three things, and all three things that I wrote down on this on here piece of paper, but three things and all. So third thing and last thing is it's all about, yeah, like I said, what I see as well, but like there's been plenty of times where I've drove past like people's, especially through like the Darley Dale area of I believe it is classed as Derbyshire Darley Dale, isn't it? I believe, if I'm not mistaken, if I am, I am, but Darley Dale and like and also a couple of like little farm barns and farmlands heading towards like Newark, going towards Nottinghamshire, and I've seen like logs, these like big, massive, thick, like heavy wooden logs. But then I'm thinking, not for me myself, because I'm absolutely useless to do with that sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? I've got the creativity and the articulate. I've got the articulate mind for it, and I'm very funky and creative with my imagination. But I mean, to actually physically implement it, like be a DIY person, I'm useless. I'm pathetic. I wouldn't know where to start. But even if someone showed me, I wouldn't even know then how to continue, how to go on, what to do, what not to do. But I've seen some logs before. But then I'm thinking, if I were just sort of like that sort of person, or even thinking of for other people, now what would you do with them logs? So how would you turn them into whatever you do want to turn them into? Do you know what I mean? What would you do with them? What would you make out of them? How would you make something out of them? What would be your etiquette, your style, your method? And then, but then also in addition to that, I'm thinking you could sort of like, as well, in addition to that, have like a little side hustle on side, running your own business. So you could just make like bird boxes, like bird food boxes, or bird food stoves out of these logs. Sand them with a sander, smooth them, paint them, do whatever, sell them. go to a car boot, set up a stall, get them on eBay, get them on Facebook's own marketplace, anything. And then I'm seeing all different types of materials. I'm seeing like slabs, stones, you know. I'm seeing like concrete posts and pillars and pieces of metal scrap. And then the same applies. What would you do with that? With them pieces of slab, stones, pillars, rubber, plastic? What could you do? What would you do? What would you make them into? What would you make? You know, yeah, you get the gist basically. And then it sends you. It gives you so much prosperity in the palm of your hands. It heats your hands up. It warms your hands up, because that's what the Chinese believe in. But it's so goddamn true. It really is. When you have a very multi-millionaire, this time next year, Rodney, will be millionaires. When you have like an ambitious business dreamer and an idea like that, you feel so great and so good. You almost feel as if, like, to do with psychologically power at brain, power at mind, it's like you're already there. But that's it. And then just to recap, guys, just to absolutely finalise it, it just, I don't know about you, but it makes me either wanting to try damn so hard to own my own business, to be my own self-employed, own, totally unaffiliated from anybody else, my own independent businessman, and to be my own boss and to own my own business. And then that's the thing, you can eventually, hopefully, fingers crossed, touch wood, only if you've got like a good couple of few millions after earning it, go out and buy a 4 or 5, 6 or 7 bedroom big massive cottage or house in Matlock or Darley-Dale or somewhere like that, or in the good posh big house of the estates in Sheffield and that, where I'm from, and it's just, yeah, it's stuff like that. It's great, absolutely great. Also, second thing is, just to recap, is lottery. It just makes me want to just swing by a corner shop on my way back home, get park bike up, swing in, get a lottery ticket, put a couple of lines on one, put like 2 or 3 lines on Euro or normal lottery, and then, or even get back home, go on your lottery account if you've got an online one, and do it online. And that's what it does. It just it puts me in that mindset, in that mind frame. So guys, I really hope you have enjoyed the content, the nature of this video. I hope that you have noticed a difference in me getting more confident, more smoother, less hesitant, and also less repetitive when I'm talking. So not mentioning what I've already mentioned twice, if not worse, even 3 times. And I hope you've seen a difference in me confidence, my tone, everything like that. But it would be really, really great, guys, like I said at the beginning of this video, if I could just please get just some comments, if any of you can actually relate to this nature, to the content of what I've mentioned and spoken about. Let's all have a good conversation. Let's all be friends, make friends, and just jump in with each other. That's what it's all about, really. So, respect to you all, peace. I love you and leave you, and thank you ever so much for, commenting, liking, subscribing. Not even that, even just if you don't want to do any of that, that's perfectly fine, guys. Love you all, not a problem. And thank you for watching. I really do appreciate that, at least. Thank you so much. Alright, take care, guys. The Autistic Biker, take care. Bye-bye.